Hi, I am Francine Bonjour-Carter. I am a Feldenkrais method and holistic healing practitioner, and I am here for 15 minutes of grounding practice. Why grounding practice? Well, I feel that we live in a world that is really easily overwhelming, both on an emotional, psychological, physical level. And what I experience for myself is that having something easy and simple that I can practice really helps me to feel connected to my body, to feel centered, and to feel grounded. And so that's what I am offering here to you, to anyone who won't come, twice a week, every Wednesday and every Saturday, on Facebook Live or on Zoom. And we are doing together these 15 minutes of grounding practice. So you can find all the links in my website at francinebonjour.com, the links for the Facebook Live and also for Zoom, for those of us who are not on Facebook. So let's start. I want to say before we start that you don't need to see me. This is a video, but you can, if you don't see me, it's fine. I'm not demonstrating anything. What I really want is for you to learn about yourself and to find something in yourself that is very unique and that someone else would not do in the same way. So the little movements I will guide you through today in this practice just require that you hear me. That's I guide you through my voice, and there's nothing to watch or to demonstrate from my part. So you can have your eyes open or your eyes closed during the whole time. It's totally up to you. And I assume you're sitting in front of your computer or whatever device you have. If you're standing, you can also do this practice, and you will just need to adjust a little bit the direction. And I will try to also orient my guidance for sitting and for standing up. So let's sit at the front edge of our chair or stool or bench or whatever you're sitting on. So you have more space around your pelvis to be able and to freely move. So take just a few seconds to sense how you are today, right now, how you sit, how you feel your contact, the contact of your sit bones with the chair. If you are standing, sense the way your feet are on the floor and the contact of the soles of your feet on the floor. If you're standing, you can have your arms long on your sides. And if you're sitting, you can have your hands on your lap, on your thighs. And slowly bend your head a little bit to the right and come back. So your right ear comes closer to your right shoulder. And you do that very slowly and easily. This is not a stretching or pulling or pushing movement at all. You really want to come into yourself and listen to what's happening when you do that. So you bend your head to the right and you come back and you do it again. And it's important to go slowly because you want to listen to what's happening inside of you. You want to really pay attention. So where do you sense that simple, small movement? Is it in your neck, mostly? Do you sense something below your neck? Do you sense a movement in your chest, in your pelvis? And now do the same movement of bending your head to the right, but think that someone is really gently, softly pushing on your ribs right below your armpit. So your head goes to the right, your right ear comes closer to your right shoulder, and at the same time, the middle of your chest goes to the left. Can you sense that? You can also sense that your sternum, your breastbone in the middle of your chest, slides to the left, especially the end of it, the bottom of your sternum. And again, you go there with your head and with your sternum sliding onto your left, your head coming to the right, and you come back. And you go there again, and you come back. It's like you're traveling through a really beautiful landscape, and you want to see what it is made of. You want to see the landscape as you go, so you take your time, and you want to see the landscape as you come back, so you take your time also to come back. And how is your breathing as you do that? Do you notice that you hold your breath, or you exhale, or you inhale as you slide like that to the left, and your head, your right ear comes closer to your right shoulder? What about trying to do the movement as you exhale? Maybe it can bring more softness, more flexibility, more space for moving in your chest. So try just a couple of times to do the movement as you exhale, and you inhale as you come back. Okay, and come back to our starting position, to the middle. And again, sense how you sit, sense the contact of your sit bones on the chair. And push a little bit, really gently, on your right foot onto the floor so that you can lift a tiny bit. You can lift your right sit bone, the right side of your pelvis, your right hip off the floor, of the chair, sorry. I'm so used to teach people lying down. Of the chair. So you push onto your right foot, so you lift the right side of your pelvis, your right sit bone off the chair, just a tiny bit. Again, we are not after doing big movement. We are after listening to what's happening and really paying attention inside. If you're standing up, you can lift your right heel off the floor, so you feel that the right side of your pelvis goes up. And again, you do that one time, you go up and you come back slowly, and you do it again. And now let's add the first movement we did to this one. So at the same time as you push onto the floor with your right foot and lift your right hip off the chair, you bend your head to the right. So your right ear comes closer to your right shoulder, and you sense the middle of your chest, you sense the bottom of your breastbone, of your sternum sliding to the left. And then everything comes back together. And find that space for you where you really feel that everything goes together. It's a very simultaneous movement, and everything comes back together. Again, check in with your breathing. That your breathing is easy, simple, you're not forcing or trying to do anything with it. I would invite you to do the movement as you exhale, because that brings more space into your chest. You're not full of air, but you have this empty space, which makes more space for flexibility and movement. And now bring your right arm along your side. If your right hand was on your lap, on your right thigh, bring it down. So let just your right arm, leave it hanging there. And at the same time as you are bending your head to the right, and you sense your sternum sliding to the left, you lift your right hip off the chair. At the same time, bring your right arm a little bit down, like he wants to go toward the floor. It doesn't touch the floor, of course, but it's the direction. And sense, as you do this simple movement, sense how the right side of your chest gets shorter, how your ribs come closer to each other, and how the left side of your chest and your ribs on the left side have more and more space in between each other. Can you sense that? And again, breathe out, exhale as you do the movement, and every time you go slowly there and you come back toward the middle at the same pace, because you really want to listen to what's happening and pay attention to it. You can leave that and come back to the middle and sit on your chair or stand up if you're standing. And slowly, as if you didn't know anything, as if you just take your curiosity and you want to bend your head to the left. And you do that slowly, like, okay, what sensation do I have when I bend my head now to the left? So your left ear comes closer to your left shoulder. Where do you sense that movement? In your neck? In your chest? In your pelvis? Without doing anything else for now. Just bending your head to the left. How is your breathing when you do that? You bend your head to the left, and you come back, and you go again. You take your time. You really want to see that landscape you're exploring, you're traveling through. And now think again that someone has their hand right below your left armpit, on the left side, on your ribs on the left side, and is pushing very slowly this area toward the right as you bend your head toward the left. And do the movement a couple of times. Pay attention that your head, like your nose, stays in the direction of in front of you, and you're not turning your head right or left, but just bending it in that same vertical plane. What about bringing some space in between your upper teeth and your lower teeth, opening your mouth a little bit? So you get, again, space brings ease and freedom. So make more space where you sense you can make it. In your mouth, your jaw, your neck, in your abdomen. Are you contracting your abdomen, your muscles there? There's no need to contract anything right now. So let go. See where are the places you can let go of in your buttocks, your hands, your toes. And come back to the middle. And bring your left arm long on your side. Just let it hang there. And just lift the left side of your pelvis a couple of times. And again, you don't need to lift it a lot. Feel the pressure of your left foot on the floor. And that force, that pressure goes right clearly up your leg and lifts your left hip a tiny bit off your chair. If you're standing, you can do the same and have the same sensation by lifting your left heel off the floor. And once this movement is clear for you, the lifting of the left hip, of your left hip, of the left side of your pelvis, you can add the tilting of your head and bring your head toward the left. And your left arm can slide down your left side really almost lazily down toward the floor. And pay attention to what's happening in the middle of your chest, your ribs, how one side of your ribs gets shorter, your ribs get closer to each other, and the other side gets longer. It's like a fan or an accordion. And can you put that in the foreground? So that's the place where you bring your attention, where you do the movement from this shortening of one side and lengthening of the other side. And you feel your sternum, the bottom of your sternum, just gliding, sliding towards the right as you bend your head to the left. Let your left arm get really longer going toward the floor. And push onto your left foot, so you lift the left side of your pelvis, your left hip. It's almost like you have like a warm piece of rubber that gets a little shorter in between your left ear and your left hip, and they go in the direction of each other. And again, there's a sweet laziness in the movement. So nothing is pushing or pulling, but it's moving really softly. Okay, and come back to the middle and to your contact on your chair. And sense how you feel now sitting. Sense your sit bones, your feet on the floor. The space in your chest, inside of your neck, the right side of your face and the left side of your face. The width in between your right shoulder, the left shoulder, the distance there. What is the clarity of your inner landscape? What did this little exploration bring you? What did you learn? And sense your breathing inside of you. Where do you feel the movement of your breathing? This gentle expansion and coming back to rest and expanding again. And if you have time, now I will suggest that you go for a walk. Walk around, sense your body, sense your center, and not in a, geometry or mechanical or anatomical level, but more how you feel centered in yourself, how you feel inside of yourself. And if you have any comments, any question, I will be happy to hear or to read. You can contact me through my website, francinebonjour.com. And I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.